Chapter 3, 22. Jalal was one day lecturing when a young man of distinction came in, pushed his way, and took a seat higher up than an old man, one of the audience. Jalal at once remarked, in days of yore it was the command of God that if any young man should take precedence of an elder, the earth should at once swallow him up, such being the divine punishment for that offense. Now, however, I see that young men, barely out of leading strings, show no respect for age, but trample over those in years. They have no dread of earth's swallowing them up, nor any fear of being transformed into apes. It happened, however, that one morning, the victorious Lion of God, Ali, son of Abu Talib, was hasting from his house to perform his devotions at dawn in the mosque of the Prophet. On his way, he overtook an old man, a Jew, who was going in the same direction. The future Caliph, out of innate nobility and politeness of nature, had respect for the Jew's age, and would not pass him, though the Jew's pace was slow. When Ali reached the mosque, the Prophet was already bowed down in his devotions and was about to chant the Gloria. But by God's command, Gabriel came down, laid his hand on the Prophet's shoulder, and stopped him, lest Ali should lose the merit attaching to his being present at the opening of the dawn service. For it is more meritorious to perform that early service once than to fulfill the devotions of 100 years at other hours of the day. Well, such as the requirements, if you miss out on something obliged, sure, there's more reward than the other, but you can't expect to make up it because you can say, yeah, that was the opportunity to have things multiplied, and the Gloria, what? Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbi Allah, is that what they mean? The Prophet has said, the first act of reverence at dawn worship is of more value than the world and all that is therein. Now, the first act, do they mean the bow set? Praise, reverence, honor, praise, reverence, submission, reflection, submission. Then Allahu Akbar, when the Apostle of God had concluded his worship, offered his customary prayers, and recited his usual lessons from the Quran, he turned and asked of Gabriel the occult cause of his interruption at that time. Gabriel replied that God had not seen fit that Ali should be deprived of the merit attaching to the performance of the first portion of the dawn worship through the respect he had shown to the old Jew he had overtaken, but whom he would not pass. And of course, if you miss part a bow section in the congregation, then you make that up when you when they finish, so you don't say the salams in the prayer, you complete your prayer. Now remarked Jalal, when a saint like Ali showed so much respect for a poor old misbelieving Jew, and when God viewed his respectful consideration in so highly favorable a manner, you may all infer how he will view any honor and veneration shown to an elderly saint of approved piety, whose beard has grown gray in the service of God, and whose companions are the elect of their Maker, whose chosen servant he is, and what reward he will mete out in consequence. For in truth, glory and power belong to God, the apostle, and to the believers, as God hath himself declared, Quran 73:8, unto God belongeth the power and to the apostle, and to the believers. If then, added he, ye wish to be prosperous in your affairs, take fast hold on the skirts of your spiritual elders, for without blessing of his pious elders, a young man will never live to be old, and will never attain the station of a spiritual elder. You know, there's this model elsewhere of the 24 seniors. Well, no matter how old you get, you can't be a senior if you haven't reached a certain point. But perhaps a senior might even be a preteen for all we know, you know, to be that role in terms of an incarnate being, that is.